On this trip, we're boarding a night train for 20 hours from Milan, 950 miles south to Palermo.
Just to show you how thin the sleepers are,
Join us traversing Italy from north to south on one of the most unique train routes in the world. Tomorrow, our train will be shunted onto a ferry to cross from mainland Italy to Sicily, so part of our train ride will be floating over the ocean. Come with us on this peculiar adventure starting here in Milan.
Hola, welcome back. I'm John.
and I'm Ari, and we're excited to finally go on another sleeper train.
Yeah, we are in Milano Central station, considered by some one of the most beautiful train stations in the world.
And with good reason. It was designed by architect Ulysses Tacchini, who also designed the largest football stadium in Italy. Milano Centrale is the largest railway station in Europe by volume, with about 320,000 daily passengers using about 500 trains.
Our train leaves in about an hour at 8:10, and it doesn't have a dining car or a bar, anything. You can buy something to eat on board, but we've decided to look for something here on the station and like a pre-packed meal or something like that, so to make things easier instead of having to spend money on board.
There were not many places open, so we ended up buying a few things from this small food kiosk. Finally, it was time to board.
We are on our way to platform 18 to catch our train. We are extremely excited.
First things first, let's settle in, take everything off because right now it's quite uncomfortable. Let's get comfortable.
Right on time, our train left Milano Centrale en route to Palermo, more than 900 miles away.
We thought we could buy food on board, like on the train we took from Paris to Berlin, but it doesn't seem like you can. So luckily, we did buy dinner at the station. We were visiting my sister here in Milano, and she took us out to a big lunch. So I didn't want something heavy for dinner. That's why I got this caprese panini. Cheese, tomato and mozzarella cheese and some basil. And you got?
Well, I have no idea what is it called, but it looks yummy.
I ordered it, but I can't remember the name. It was in Italian, so but I can't remember.
Yeah, but it looks yummy, and yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
enjoy
have
this
dinner now, and we're so enjoying being on board a train again. We were waiting for our residence permit in Spain to come through and got the physical card so we could get out of Spain to do some trains, and finally we got it. And that's why we weren't able to go on international trips or trains. But finally, this is our first train, and so far I'm reminded of how much I like it. I mean, we're pretty new to the train ride world, but it's so peaceful. Looking out the window, beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Buen provecho.
Tomorrow morning, in about 14 hours, we'll arrive at Villa San Giovanni, where the most interesting part of the journey begins. Our train will be shunted onto a ferry to cross the Messina Strait to Sicily.
Dinner is done.
That was extremely delicious.
Yeah, we didn't have like high expectations about this food. We just bought it at some random place, but it was actually very nice.
It was delicious.
Now let's give you a quick tour of our room.
We booked a private cabin for the two of us, but it can fit up to 3 people. We paid 154 euros per person. The room is small but spacious at the same time. The beds were already made. There is plenty of storage space, decent counter space, and a small basin. This room type does not have a shower nor a toilet, which is fine since the trip is not that long and we don't expect needing to shower and we're not fans of in-room toilets. Controlling the temperature and lights is pretty straightforward and we loved the availability of electric outlets. Rooms can be connected through this door and sleep up to 6.
In addition to what we just showed you, our car attendant just brought us 2 water bottles.
Two
and-
face towels.
Yeah, and 2 boxes with a man deluxe kit. We have no idea what's inside.
Let's
see.
find out. Well, the thinnest sleepers I've ever seen.
But at least we got slippers.
We
I
got
thought we
slippers.
didn't have any. And we have a toothbrush. What's
Napkin.
oh yeah, napkins. And a razor blade. That's nice.
These seem to be like moist towels, like face towels,
Gel. What else?
and soap. Also small.
Yeah, very.
We
very,
packed our own, but yeah. Just to show you how thin the sleepers are, I think you can see my fingers, right?
Look.
But hey, we're actually really glad we got this because since we packed like in 2 backpacks, we didn't bring anything to like lounge in the on the train. So these are actually pretty useful. Yeah.
As we roll into the train's first stop, we slip into our pajamas and get comfortable to wind down. I got some work done while John curled up to read his new book.
The sounds and the swing of the train are really making us sleepy. So let's begin getting ready for bed. I'm going to sleep on the bottom bunk tonight. The beds are pretty large. For reference, this is what my feet look like. I have a little bit of space still on my head size and I can be completely stretched. I'm 5'11", so that's the reference. They're pretty wide too. I'm not seeing why I would be uncomfortable tonight, and I'm really looking forward to a good night of sleep. I'm going to take you to Johnson, who is upstairs, and he'll show you around.
This is John reporting from the top bunk, and I can tell you I have a lot of headspace. However, if we were 3 people on this cabin, I wouldn't have a lot of headspace because look, I guess that must be pretty uncomfortable, but thank God we're only 2. The bed it's a little bit on the hard side, and also the pillow. It seems comfortable, but yeah, it's hard. Also, I have a lot of storage, look, which is great. And we are pretty bit, so we're going to go to sleep. And I guess I will see you in a couple of hours. So good night. Good morning. It's 8 a.m. We just woke up and we are approaching Cersuta in the Maratea province here in Italy. I slept okay. I woke up several times during the night and the mattress is really hard. I mean, really, really hard. And the pillow as well. But overall, I don't feel tired, so I'm okay.
I didn't sleep that great either. The mattress is indeed hard. The pillow, my problem with it was too flat and too hard to like bend it and make it double. So it wasn't that comfortable. But waking up to these views of the Mediterranean Sea make it totally worth it. The room also got a little bit hot last night, and yeah, it was a little bit of a rough night, but it's morning now and it's beautiful.
We'll reach Villa San Giovanni in about 3 hours. and we'll make the crossing to Sicily. We're super curious about the process of shunting the train cars into the ferry.
Ciao. Oh, grazie. Our breakfast is here. It's included with the room, and we got 2 juices, 2 peach pies, crackers, 2 biscottis. One is whole wheat and the other is the classic. We also got 2 Nutellas and jam. And of course, we're Italy, so we got 2 espressos.
We enjoyed this simple breakfast as if it were a 5-star buffet while the train was stopped at Cetraro. This stop was not listed in our itinerary. Time to go explore the rest of the train. Going between the cars was super sketchy and loud. Ours is the only sleeper car on the train, a renewed Type MU. There are several C4 comfort couchette cars with 4 berth compartments.
There's a shared bathroom at the end of the car. It's a toilet and a sink. I came here last night and it's tricky to lock because it's kind of hard. There it is. As you can see, it is pretty small. It's actually quite cold in here and not very nice. The floor is all wet. But for us, a shared toilet is not a big deal. We actually prefer it as having it in the room. Even if we have it in the room, we don't use it. And the small sink, we do use the one in the room, as it is a huge plus. This one doesn't look as nice. And you can hear everything from the outside here. The noise insulation is not good. There's a breeze coming in here. Being winter in Europe, you can imagine how cold it is. We are here at Villa San Giovanni, and this is where it all happens. This is where the train gets divided into 4 parts and shunted onto a ferry to cross the Messina Strait. That's actually quite amazing, right?
The train arrived at the station 10 minutes ahead of schedule. 50 minutes later, the shunting process began as we were waiting for another train to exit the ferry. It's very interesting to watch a well-oiled machine and crew do this job. The train segments are parked parallel to each other on the ferry's belly, and you can go out and about once your car is parked. The ferry was bigger than we expected, so it's a great place to stretch your legs. We bought cafe lattes on the onboard cafeterias for just under $4.50.
Each trip that we have done on trains has been completely different, and this one has been great, has been magical. We had some expectations, but honestly we didn't know how great it will be.
The ferry part was a nice break from the train ride. Usually it's just on the train from start to finish, but this in between, like you go into the ferry, then they reassemble the train and you continue your journey on the train. It's kind of cool actually, and the views are beautiful. It's overcast, foggy, cold, but it's really nice.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, and I really like that the ferry has a coffee shop, because we don't have a coffee shop in the train and we were already craving coffee, so this is great. We're going to enjoy our coffee, looking at the Mediterranean Sea, and yeah.
The next leg of our trip will be already in Sicily.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
After 15-20 minutes, the boat reached Sicily. We headed back to our compartment for deboarding the train from the ferry, which was much quicker than boarding. Now that we're back on the train, we're on the final stretch to our destination. This last leg of the trip is along Sicily's northern coast to Palermo. A few minutes later, we reached Messina Central station, where the cars headed for Catania and Syracuse are uncoupled from the rest of the train. It was too late when we realized we should have bought some food on the ferry for lunch. Luckily, we still had leftovers from breakfast. As it began to drizzle outside, we began freshening up and packing for the boarding.
Palermo, thank you for coming along on this adventure. Click here to join us on our next sleeper train from Rome to Vienna. Hasta luego.